Hi, and welcome to Georgina Blooms. I'm Kathy Bruce, your host, and we are in a new gardener's garden. And you won't want to miss what Amy and Anthony have done in the last couple of years. It's awesome. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, and joining me is Amy, who is the gardener, and you bought this home in 2020?
Yes, end of 2020.
Right, in the winter.
In the winter.
So 2021, 2022, and this is your third summer.
Third summer.
And you're moving from a condo in the city.
Yes.
To this.
To
this.
This.
Yeah. And the previous owners did have flower beds here and so on. But you've more than reestablished flower beds. And you'll see as we walk through the yard. It's, I love, Amy's out here all the time. You work from home, you and Anthony work from home. Amy's husband, Anthony, is from New Zealand. So, two things I want to point out about Anthony in his absence. One is these little seed buckets.
Yep.
He's taken by chipmunks and
squirrels. Raccoons. They have names. So, and you're as a gardener, you're very patient to have him enjoy these little furry people. But so the chairs are here. I moved this from over there. The chipmunks already come out and yelled at me. So we'll put that back shortly. But so that's number one about Anthony. Yes.
This is number two.
Yes.
And this is
our lemon tree.
Yeah.
With our one lemon.
Well, it's got a baby.
It's got another baby there.
I'll move this. So this is Anthony's pride and joy, but Anthony doesn't look after it.
No. It's his pride and joy, but I have to take care of it.
So anyway, yeah, those are Anthony's too. And being from New Zealand, and were there lemon trees in New Zealand?
Yes, so his parents' house, they have big lemon trees. We saw a picture of it actually last night, and it is like hundreds of giant lemons.
Oh.
Huge. This
Awesome.
one's a little bit smaller.
Yeah, but it's his pride and joy that Amy looks after.
Yes.
So we're going to wander across the front. Your plantings in front of the house it's all very neat and tidy,
clean,
well mulched. Yep. And Amy shares, well, you'll see. Amy shares a border with our neighbor Susie, and you know her garden's crazy awesome. But we're just going to go around the front here. And so my thought is everything that Amy talks about for plants, I bought it because it's pretty.
Yes.
And I want you to tell people how you buy plants.
Yes, so I have these lovely neighbors that the first thing that I was told was which zone I'm in.
Perfect.
So, because I had no idea of what zone I was.
That there were zones.
That there were zones. So I know my zone, and when I go to the garden center, pretty much I look at what I like that's pretty. And if I think it's pretty or different, I read the tag.
Okay, the key here is read the tag, because everything you've bought, because you read the tag, is going to do well because you've put it in a...
Where it likes to be.
Sun or shade
or mix of the two.
Yeah. And I love the color of this rose. This is a recent purchase as well.
It is.
Yeah.
Added it to my rose garden.
And it's super fragrant as well. And this rose bush was just a mass of
Covered in them.
color. And you've trimmed it back, and it'll
bloom again.
rebloom.
Yep.
It'll rebloom. Everything. And this was
False,
yeah.
false indigo?
yes.
Is that what-
very
I
good.
remember
Oh.
the name.
And it's yellow instead of purple. So, and it also has really nice foliage.
Yeah.
So when it's done, yours is so big. It's a perennial hibiscus with bronze leaves, which is this perfect spot. It's just going to hit wild, huge red
Yeah.
flowers. Yep.
Giant.
And again, a recent purchase because it was pretty.
It was very pretty.
And this is a balloon flower. And so what the interesting part about them are the blooms just before they pop
Yeah.
look like little balloons. And I'm going to turn around, and so this bed
Yes.
is shared with Susie next door. So in my eyes, the fact that two gardeners can decide on a long flower bed between the properties and have everybody contribute. And again, a balloon flower. And the ones on the end are gooseneck loosestrife. And mine are not blooming because they're in a little more shade. But the combination of plant material is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. More
roses.
And this is a ginormous rose tree.
It was very bushy.
Yeah.
Got a
And-
haircut this year.
Well, a haircut, and it's been limbed up to allow for other things to grow underneath.
Yes.
And then we'll move down. These are massive. And this is absolutely beautiful. And the fact that it's shared with Susie is huge. Now, Susie divides stuff and says,
Here.
Amy, do you want? Even your lilac is coming back.
Starting to come back now.
Okay. So you've expanded. So this bed was there, but it wasn't as thick and beautiful as it is now.
Yep.
When we come back, we'll walk you through a really cool vegetable garden. Please stay tuned. Welcome back. And Veggie Garden on a hill. Now, some of this was here already.
Yes.
The previous owner had it with perennials.
Perennials.
And you popped it back. You moved all the perennials
Over there.
in that bed, which is great. And I want people to know that none of the plants are under the soffit.
No.
So it doesn't. When you plant under the soffit, it doesn't necessarily get rain. So right away, you've done like amazing. A condo, huh? We'll take a little stroll through the veggie garden, which apparently is doing really well. Beans that attack you. And bee balm. But your pepper plants are doing super well.
Yes.
You've kept the odd perennial in the center.
Yep.
And so you don't like everything that you grow.
I don't. I'm not a big veggie eater, but I like to grow the vegetables.
So who eats the veggies?
That would be Susie, my mom, everybody else.
Yeah, doesn't everybody want to have a neighbor that says, I love growing vegetables, but I don't want them, so take them? That's awesome. Very healthy broccoli and celery and romaine lettuce. So Amy's romaine lettuce was in ginormous heads.
Yes.
And Susie has come over and picked some. But yeah, you've got tomatoes going. Perfect. So, and they expanded this bed to include another 3 steps added on to the other ones, which is more veggies for Susie to have. But we're going to head into Amy's backyard. So I recall all of this having a ton of not looking this pretty.
It was the tall yellow.
Yeah, Jerusalem artichoke. So, and this is all new. And this is your favorite part of the garden.
This is my favorite part.
Because it's new and tidy.
It's new and tidy, and this is, to be honest, the only part of the garden that everything in here I planted and I've designed myself.
Perfect. And so when you project forward, all of this is going to do extremely well. And with dappled light, sometimes it's really hard to decide what to plant. And clematis that's blooming and doing well, and phlox, and yeah, you've got it all going on. So when I first look at this garden, so a panorama of this garden is just, this is what a new gardener can do. So the beds were, they were there,
yes,
but they were not full.
No,
by any stretch.
They were nice. They had perennials spaced out, and they looked
okay.
okay.
Yeah, but not like this.
Yeah.
So you've simply by the tags that you get from plants, you've managed to identify. You also paid attention to where there's sun and shade.
Yes.
And when the sun is.
Yes.
Like such a responsible gardener, eh? And these they're full, they're beautiful. And on the flip side, this is, hi Ren. Yeah, it's the other side of a Ren sighting. Ren is not the gardener over there, Susie is. Again, very, very full. And Susie hands you stuff over the fence.
Yeah, just throws it over.
Yeah.
Half the time I don't even know what it is until I put it in the ground. She tells me where to put it.
So there you go. And the other thing that you don't like are weeds. And Susie's eternally grateful that you don't like weeds.
I hate them.
And this is the Jerusalem artichoke that was by that
over
fence.
there. Yeah.
So when Amy and Anthony moved in, one of the first things I noticed, like that very first spring, this shed had flowers. The front had flowers. It's like, wow, right away. You want color.
I want color as soon as I can.
Yeah. So, and again, this, I recall this being fairly wild.
Yes, this back here was pretty
wild.
Pretty wild. That's
and
a good word.
You've tamed it. And things like, so this is a chameleon plant, and things like this tend to be super duper spreaders.
Yes.
They're beautiful plants, and I'm looking at a clump with no babies, no babies around it, and you stay on top of everything.
I keep it under control.
You do. So 9 times, probably 10 times out of 10, Amy's in the garden after work. Every day.
It's my new commute time. It's the garden.
Perfect. Perfect. So if you're working from home, this could be your commute time. So we're going to walk just around. And again, very, it's, what you've done is you mix different textures of leaf, like a stilby and hosta. Even behind you in the laneway it's ditch lily time. And hostas, Solomon seal, ditch lilies, Morris stilby. So you nail it for repetition, for one. And now that your stuff is all doing so well, it's your turn to,
Now I have to share it.
yeah,
Spread the love. Pay it forward.
yeah, absolutely. And this is one of the coolest things to look at is, so this is
tree.
one tree, and we had Chris Guinan, the arborist, was here. And what friends live in this tree, Amy?
We have raccoons. We have squirrels, chipmunks,
There you-
everything.
Yeah, well, and I'm, this is like, that as a backdrop is awesome. And these tall flowers, they're Himalayan hemlock, and they get little pink flowers on the top. And if you touch them when they're at seed, the seeds explode.
Oh.
But they are very invasive.
That's why they've grown up there.
Yes. So, but they're not in your yard.
Nope.
And they won't be.
No, they will not be.
No. And the other thing is using black mulch makes everything pop and looks like super dark soil.
Yes.
And do you use any fertilizers?
No, I do not. I feed with plant food.
Okay.
Plant
So
food.
your roses get rose food.
Roses get rose food. The vegetable gardens get vegetable food.
Which is awesome. Which is awesome.
And then a couple random ones like the hibiscus, I give them a little
Nudge.
nudge.
A little nudge. Beautiful. Again, there's another chameleon plant that should be like everywhere, but it's not. You stay right on top of everything.
It tries to go everywhere.
Yeah, but right into the corner. Like, this is huge, a huge area. And you filled it with the most perfect things, which is, yeah. So, a new gardener. And when you look down, you have got to be so pleased with what you've accomplished. Like when you, if I stood in my garden and this is what I see, I would be just immensely impressed with myself. So again, hostas rule. They're easy to look after. And if you're a new gardener, easy
They're
is
wonderful.
yeah, easy is what you want. But you've got all along the fence are beautiful sweet pea vines.
Yes.
Did you plant that?
No, I actually, the first summer that I moved in, I spotted one. And I thought, I don't know what this is. So I looked it up.
And we'll be right back. Welcome back. And when we left, Amy was talking about the sweet pea and whether or not she planted it, and you didn't.
I did not. I spotted it coming up behind the flowers on my first summer. And the one thing that I love to do is I walk around with an app that tells me what plants are.
Perfect.
So I thought it might have been a weed at first because I have so many weed vines that like to come up, but I discovered it was sweet peas, so I just let them go.
And they come back every year
Every year.
and look beautiful. And so on this, you can hardly see the fence. And your neighbor also has the enjoyment of plants.
Yep.
And as you get a little more sun here, you're able to have more sun-loving plants like phlox,
Yeah.
spiderwort. So yeah, and then when you cut that back, it'll come back again.
Come back up.
Yeah, when it starts to look silly. Okay, I have a Stilby envy. This is a burgundy leaf Stilby with beautiful plumes. So, yeah, well, mine doesn't have beautiful plumes yet. I'll have to, yeah. I know. And then as you've planted a mock orange
Yes.
here. So you don't see any tags in except for if they're attached to the plant. You
Yes.
keep the tag on there, which is hilarious. But as this mock orange gets big, the ditch lily area will get smaller.
Shrink down.
Yeah. What a great
Oh, and over here, like you've surrounded everything with gardens.
Yes.
And here you have clematis and blueberries.
2 blueberry bushes.
Yeah, right here with blueberries. So, and they're not quite getting the amount of sun, but
No.
does it matter?
No, because I just enjoy having the blueberries.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And you surround this is a beautiful raised eating area as well. And this is all new. The whole area here, dining area and deck is all new. And edible plants. Nasturtium, and I think pansies are edible. And we're going to do a show on edible flowers. So, but again, and Anthony built the boxes.
Yes, Anthony builds the boxes.
Yeah, Anthony does does that part.
That's his job.
And this is a beautiful sample of mallow, and it will go to seed and be everywhere. Which is, if that's everywhere, who minds that?
I'm not going to complain.
No. And again, to sit here and to be surrounded by plant material, nice calla lilies. Is this their first year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you'll overwinter them?
They're going to come inside over the winter.
So you don't have to take them out of the pot. Just bring the pot in.
Inside.
Yeah, and don't water it.
Leave it alone.
Yeah, in a cool, dry place. If you have any cement floor left in your house. Yeah.
I can find some.
Yeah, yeah. And again, more boxes. And I'm just so taken by what you and Anthony have done in such a short period of time. This, and the massive fireplace. So when they have a party or a do, it is you have a shelter up, you have a beautiful view. Like, I love the way your garden looks. And you look across the fence, and when Ren's not there, you have a beautiful view of Susie's gardens.
Yes, they continue. It just goes.
So do you see stuff in Susie's yard that says, could I have some of that?
Yes. I'll see it, and then I won't say anything. I'll just be like, oh, that's pretty. And then the next day, I've got a clump coming over the side of the fence.
Aw. And so Amy's whole thing is pretty. It has to be pretty.
Yes.
On the tag, it has to be pretty.
Yes.
But even though it's just pretty, you read the tag so it does well in your yard.
Yes.
And I want to thank you so very much. Congratulations. If this is what a new gardener can create, because she reads the tags, uses her apps, that's an absolute bonus and a testament to, you follow direction, and and you have something that looks this beautiful.
Thank you.
It is, So awesome. So anything we have that's extra, Amy plants it, and it does really, really well. So thanks again for joining us, and thank you very much for sharing. And you can do this too, Bye for now.